Hey everybody, I have a process video for you today for Wild Whisper. This video was originally scheduled to go up on Tuesday, but we have been having a bit of sickness run through our house, and so I had to reschedule this project for today. We are going to work with these 6x6 pattern papers that I created at a Facebook Live for Wild Whisper. I believe it was June's Facebook Live. And I have done a second video earlier that has two more of them. So I made 4 during that scrapbooking session, and I made 4 pattern papers, and then I made 2 cards earlier, probably last month, and then the second 2 panels that I stamped and created we're going to play with this month. So I'm going to start with using this 6x6 pattern that was created using the birch bark stamp set. I'm going to cut it apart. I want 3 panels, and I want them to have some of the different colors that I created on this pattern paper. And so I'm just going to cut those 3 panels down, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges up. So I pulled out the exact same colors I used to stamp with, and I'm just giving the edges a little bit more of a pop of color so that they have a little bit more separation against the white card base. Next, I'm going to grab the handmade 4x6 stamp set from Wild Whisper. This stamp set has these adorable little glue bottles on them. I love these glue bottles. They say glitter glue. They're really pretty and like sketchy, and I really love them. So I'm going to stamp 3 of them using my favorite black ink, which is British Monroe Raven Detail ink. And I stamped these on Bristol Smooth cardstock. I love this cardstock for coloring with my zigs, so I almost exclusively use this paper when I am stamping and coloring with my zigs. It works awesome. Now, I forgot to zoom in my camera so you can really get the coloring, so I'm not going to show too much of this, but I am not using a ton of colors. I picked a light and dark from each of the color families that match the colors in my stamped piece, and I'm just going to very simply color all 3 of these glue bottles. Once I have the glue bottles dried, I'm going to go ahead and grab some twinkle stickles, and I'm filling in all of the uncolored areas with the stickles. And then our glitter glue bottles will in fact be glittery. I set those stickles and glue bottles aside to dry, and now I'm going to work on my second card, which is going to use my second stamped 6x6 pattern paper. I'm going to use this one as a full card panel background, and I'm going to pair it with the Where to Next stamp set. This is a 4x6 stamp set. It has a bit of a travel theme, and I have some friends that are going to be traveling soon, and I thought this would make a really sweet card to give them. I'm going to stamp the cute little suitcases and some of the cameras for some decoration and detail on my card front. And I will link up in the comments down in the description box all the different products that I use to create these cards. The products from Wild Whisper, my Misty, my paper, the ink, all that stuff. So head down to the description box. If it's available and I can find a link for it, I will link it up in the description box for you all. And this time I remembered to zoom in a little bit. So for coloring these stamps, I kept this so super simple. I chose 4 zig markers that matched my ink colors that were on the front panel of my card. And then I just grabbed a water brush And what I'm basically doing is I'm outlining the stamp set and then filling it in with the water to give it a fun little watercolored look. And I think they turn out so cute. This is perfect for when you have kind of smaller stamps, or when you don't want to have a lot of detail, when you want things to look pretty kind of sketchy. The other reason I chose to do it this way is because the cameras have a lot of the black shading on them, and I wanted to highlight that black shading with a white gel pen when I was finished, so I knew that a lot of the color, if I took a lot of time and really like added shadows and really went in on the highlights, like I was going to end up, you wouldn't be able to see it really. So I just went with something really, really simple for coloring. Don't use a lot of water when you do this. I have found that to be the case. I have some scratch paper off to the side, and I take just about almost all of the water off the water brush before I come in and marry it to the colors. And if it seems like it's a little too watery, I have that little scratch paper off to the side, and I go over and take more water off and then come back to color. So really, really simple coloring. The white spot that you see on the image, those are the tags, and after the bright bold color dries, I'm gonna take a nice like cool gray, mild, real light marker and color in the tags on the suitcases. I'm going to add some Morning Dew Nuvo drops. You could also do some glossy accents if you wanted. And I'm just going to fill in the lenses on the cameras. And then I'm going to set these cameras aside to dry. And about this time, the stickles will be done. So then we can come back to our first card. Before I adhere everything to the front of this card, I want to stamp a sentiment on the inside. So I have all those glitter glues on the front, and inside there's a little sentiment in the stamp set that says, I'm trying to remember what it says. Something about, don't let anyone tell you you're regular glue, you're glitter glue. I think that's what it said. I am just giving this stamp a quick clean off because sometimes there's some black ink residue on the stamp set, and I really, really, really want to stamp this sentiment in color, and I don't want any kind of like gray shadowing or anything. So I'm going to use those same 4 colors. I'm doing this completely free range. I'm just putting little areas, stamping or adding ink to small areas of this stamp set. And then I'm going to stamp it down. Actually, it worked really good. As long as you have like good coverage, like the entire stamp is covered. And then you can get this cool look where you have a colorful sentiment on the inside. And now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere all of these pieces down to my card front. So the stamped panels, the glitter glue bottles, and I am going to add a little bit of foam adhesive to the middle glue bottle for a little bit of height. Once I have my third glue bottle in place, I'm going to add more sparkle with some sequins all around these glue bottles. I'm using Caribbean Cruise sequin mix from Spiegelmom Scraps. Okay, so this was an August release. It is now available in the shop. I dipped into it way earlier, and I have been using it on all the projects in June and July, but it is available now. I will make sure to link it below. And I love this sequin mix. I designed it. It's beautiful. I have used it so much. It really, really is like a perfect summer sequin mix. And there is our first card all done. It turned out so cute. Now we can get started on the second one. For the second card, I want to have my cute little sentiment positioned on top of the suitcases. So I'm going to get the suitcases into place, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment in the right spot. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment twice, so I have a nice, deep, dark sentiment that is easy to read. And then I can just add my cute little cameras onto the front of the card. Add some white pen doodles to highlight some of the areas on the camera, giving them a little bit more interest and making them pop a bit more. And then we need to add sequins, like we just do. We need to add sequins. So I'm going to use the same sequins. I'm going to scatter them all around the cameras and the cute little suitcases. And then our second card is finished. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy this beautiful card making video. I would love it if you could hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love if you could hit that subscribe button. That would be awesome. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.